Yeah, right? It's dramatic to see. And now here we are on the opposite weather spectrum with the rainstorm coming through.
Yeah, and we need this rainfall after our share of wildfires, a few months ago. But for now, things are cloudy, wet, and windy, and we'll see more of the same for the rest of the daytime hours lasting throughout this evening. Now, wet looking towards lower Manhattan. Temperatures are mild in the 50s. It's near 60 degrees in Central Park and 59 degrees. That's the actual temperature. West winds near 7, south winds rather near 7 miles per hour. I want to point out the forecast is for a high of 65. That's well above the average of 46, and the record is 66 set back in 2021. We could get close to that sunset at 428 and the deficit close to an inch, but we should make that up at least today. Temperatures 50s and the 60s, well above average, 64 in Morristown and 60 in Islip, and winds are getting stronger as expected. I want to start with sustained winds out of the south, stronger near the coast and for Long Island and Connecticut, up to 20 miles per hour, gusting around 30 to 35. We'll deal with the strongest winds between now and 10 to 11 p.m. That's when gusts could approach 40 to 50, even near 50 to 60 for Nassau and Suffolk County, and they are under a high wind warning. That could cause some minor tree damage and cause also isolated power outages, even leading to some issues with some of your outdoor holiday decorations. More rain is pushing in after there was a break over the past few hours, and we're in for just more and more rainfall over the next couple of hours. Zooming in closer, the heaviest rain is now falling through a large part in New Jersey, especially along in south of 78, and for the boroughs, rain picking up in intensity. Zooming to the east for Nassau County, dry for now, and quiet for now for western Suffolk County, but it's still wet for eastern Suffolk County. Throughout this afternoon, we even have a chance for an isolated severe storm. There's a marginal risk for spots along the east of the I-95 corridor and a slight risk that's level 2 out of 5 for Nassau, Suffolk, portions of Monmouth and Ocean County. Damaging winds are the main threat, and we'll even have downpours too that could lead to localized flooding. Speaking of downpours, we are really concerned about how is this rain going to impact the drought. I want to send it over to Jeff, or bring in Jeff Smith, who's going to talk more about how much rain we picked up so far and how much we need to get out of this rainfall deficit. Jeff?
I'll tell you what, we need a lot of rain. I'll show you in just a minute to break out of the rainfall deficit. But these numbers are going to be coming up in a big way. You saw Brittany showing those downpours developing over New Jersey. Caldwell up to 0.73 inches. You're already up to just under an inch at Montauk right now, just under an inch at Bridgeport, Connecticut, about a half inch or so in New York City. This is according to our Futurecast. This is high resolution guidance heading into the evening hours. And it shows two distinct batches of very heavy rain during the next 6 to 10 hours. One over northwestern or central parts of New Jersey, right along I-287. Could be an inch to an inch and a half there. And then another area from central Long Island up into parts of Connecticut. Look at Islip closing in on 2 inches of additional rain, maybe upwards of close to 3 inches of additional rain in portions of Connecticut. It all depends on where these potential downpours and even some thunderstorms set up, and they kind of train over the same locations. But even if we get those really high amounts, those blockbuster amounts, it's just going to put a dent in the deficit. We need 7 to 11 inches of rain. You're reading that right. Over much of the area from New York City north and east to end this drought in 1 month. If you threw kind of a Hail Mary pass and got a bunch of rain, we need 11 to 15 inches over much of New Jersey. And the good news is, Brittany, it looks like in the coming couple of weeks, based on this long-range guidance, we get into a more dependably active pattern with rain chances every few days. We'll send it back over to you.
So we just have to be patient, but you know, at least we're heading in the right direction.
Right.
Thank you. I want to show you the bigger picture. A lot of moisture surging in ahead of an area of low pressure and a cold front. When it comes to the timing, very wet throughout the rest of this afternoon. There's even a squall line that could form moving east between 3 to 6, even 7 p.m. That's a line of heavy rainfall and gusty storms. Widespread rain could stick around early this evening. At the same time, we grab on to colder air, and rain could change over to snow for the higher elevations in the Catskills and the Poconos. Maybe up to an inch could fall in the highest spots, but no major issues with that snow accumulation. Tonight through tomorrow, we taper off. Rain tapers off, clouds clear, and tomorrow, sunny but much colder. Temperatures down in the 30s. Today, a mild, wet, and windy day, 65, south winds sustained 15 to 30, gusting 40 to 50, even 60 in some areas. 36 tonight. Rain and clouds clear this evening. Tomorrow, a big difference. Sunny down to 38, but since it stays windy, that 38 will feel more like the lower 30s. Looking ahead to Friday, sunny 37, and this weekend, not bad on Saturday, 40, the upper 40s on Sunday. Even for Sunday, rain is trending later in the day, so some of that could hold off until after sunset.
You know how warm it is today is getting lost with all the storm coverage.
Yeah.
It's ridiculously warm for this time.
Near record high temperatures in Central Park.
All right, thanks a lot. Still to come on Eyewitness News at noon, a warning for the thousands of people ready to participate in SantaCon, what the MTA and New Jersey Transit is advising you not to do.
No deal why a judge is holding up the sale of Alex Jones' InfoWars to the satirical website The Onion.
Save money on the perfect products just for you.
This week on ABC Secret Sales, check out the best last-minute gifts on sale.
Shop these limited time deals now at abcsecretsales.com.
Do you